Last time then, having chased down the source of the sensor to a haunted ruin, or maybe not haunted, but ruin underneath which was a cult lair of Orcus. You guys kind of didn't decide what to do with the sensor. Instead, just killed the undead that were there and left the sensor alone. And then the place began to fill up with acid, and you guys escaped. Um, so partly completed in the quest to do something with the sensor. But yeah, in however you
It
did
was
manage
returned
to
to its original place,
yeah
just as
pretty
we
much.
initially planned.
True, true. And yeah, in doing so, you were able to kind of explore this cult hideout. Not really gain any extra information on the chained company, however, which was kind of one of the reasons that you followed that trail. But yeah, it seemed that they had previously looted the place as well, and that's where the sensor had come from initially. But yeah, you kind of cleared the place out, got some interesting pieces of loot and stuff along the way as well, and headed back to Dvenhem to continue the exploration, the investigation of various things that you've discovered in your time as a mercenary company in the city, including such things as weird plants growing in basements and um, priests being ambushed on the road by drow and some kind of dwarven clan involvement, and yes, various other things like that. That led you to a few different threads, which you are now kind of in a position to decide what you want to do next. You guys all returned to the Screaming Maiden, and kind of got yourself sorted out. I think you did some shopping at the end and picked up some thieves' tools, some other stuff like that.
All right.
And kind of stocked up a little bit, and we'll say kind of spent the day doing that, and wake up the following morning bright-eyed and ready for whatever it is you want to do next.
I'm
Finley
just
is
checking.
practicing these tools.
I think
at
there
the
was
bar.
something about this that I shouldn't be proficient in it, so I should add like -1 or something to it, or what was it?
No, if you're not
It's right
proficient.
as it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's plus
It's
0.
just adding your dexterity, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, these are both fine. They're just
Okay.
adding your dexterity modifiers, but no proficiency. So
Okay.
that's okay. Yeah.
All right. So I guess now the decision is how we want to continue. I guess it was mostly like 3 possibilities. Like one is to go through the Slim Gate with the forged pass we have. The other is to go through the Hollow Gate with the hypothetical carriage ride. That definitely is not going to happen. And then the third one would be to like investigate more the chain company more, what their part in the whole ordeal is. But what do you guys think? Like, what do you want to do? Personally, I would want to go through the Slim Gate.
What were the downsides and upsides of both?
Sorry?
What were the downsides and upsides of Slim Gate and Hollow Gate?
Well, Slim Gate would get us like straight to the 3rd level. Like the stairs there go down to the 3rd level. I think there was a checkpoint between this, like at the end of the 2nd level to get to the 3rd level.
I think that was at Hollow Gate, no? Or was it also in Slim Gate?
I think Slim Gate as well has like, because otherwise if you had a pass to the 2nd level, you could just go straight to the 3rd and nobody would check. Like it makes sense to have a
Yeah, so there's
there.
there's checkpoints at the doors that lead into each floor.
Yeah.
Right? So one at the Slim Gate entrance, and then if you wanted to get off at the 2nd floor, essentially, like thinking of it like a lift, you would go down and you checkpoint there, or you can go all the way down to the 3rd floor, checkpoint there. So there's like 2. You got to get in, you got to get out, sort of thing.
And then the Hollow Gate, I guess it was.
Well, the Hollow Gate only is the 2nd level, so in a sense we'd get to 2nd level and then we'd have to walk all the way across 2nd level to get down to the 3rd level.
Correct.
Yeah, we'd still need to do that. But like, I guess I don't know what the. Well, it's hard to tell how hard it will be, like the checkpoints with the two different ways, like with the pass or with the carriage. I guess they're similar difficulty.
What was the difficulty in getting, like in Hallowgate route, getting to the third level?
And also just getting through Hallowgate, because I mean we're gonna hide in a cart and like hope that it doesn't get searched, like by timing it with the guard, shifting out the guard or something. But I mean, and I think was it also that there might be some bribing going off from the
I just
driver?
I meant more that what's the difficulty in going through the second floor of the mines where there
there is no real difficulty there. That's just another part of the city that's not easily accessed, but you can walk through that part of the city without anyone really caring about it.
Yeah, like the second level was like it. I think Crimson said like if you're there, people expect that you have the right to be there, and there's like no checks. But on the third level, it's like, especially I guess because we're not dwarves, like people we might get like people we might have guards asking like, do we have the right to be there, like multiple times.
Yeah, so I guess we could try the slim gate then with our pass, but we have to change it somehow for.
Yeah, we had to. I didn't set this. I didn't set the name or the date when we would be going.
Well, we need 5 names there, don't we?
It was like this person and their like entourage.
Okay.
And I mean, of course, we could also try to use that pass at the Hallowgate. Like that's also, of course, an option, but I guess it doesn't really make much of a difference.
Yeah, we have business straight to the third level, then we could try Slimgate.
Yeah.
With the pass. Sure.
So, Slimgate? Anyone against? Guess.
Nope.
Not. All right.
Do we need mining gear? Pickaxes?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Like it was like we're basically there with an invitation, and I don't think the original priest probably also didn't get any mining gear. We're not there to mine. We're like there to. Well, the pass was given to investigate disturbances at the Gold Brew mine. I think that was what we at least believe it to be.
Yeah, you don't know the exact reason for issuing the pass.
But that just seems
the pass
reasonable.
itself is like a guest pass or invitation to the Gold Brew mine, not a like work permit or something where you need to, do work or something.
Then I guess one thing is, do we want to just go as ourselves, or do we want to? I guess that would probably be better than disguising. That seems like it could go wrong very easily.
Yeah, I think we just confidently go in with the pass.
Yeah. All right. Do we go now?
And if they try to ask more questions what this is about, we always say it's confidential and it's none of their business.
No comment.
But do we need to have any sort of backup plan? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I guess for like backup plan, like if they don't believe it's real.
Yeah, or like if they really need a good explanation and they're not giving us the this is confidential stuff, then what would be our backup plan?
I guess we could just explain what we believe to be going on in the Gold Brew mine, but it shouldn't go to that. Like I don't think the clan would want the guards to know about that. But yeah, I guess it would be like what we're actually going there to look at, right? Why not? So.
Okay.
We go.
So
I guess.
decisions made.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before we go,
let's go.
Can I visit the Fletcher? I wonder if he's done with my arrows.
Yeah, sure.
Or has it been? It's been only a few days, I guess.
Yeah, it's been quite a few days. I mean,
how much can you get done in a week?
Yeah. yeah, you can head to the Fletcher. Yeah, you go to his regular spot on the market. And yeah, he recognizes you when you come in this time, and he says, "Ah, yes, you. I've been working very hard the last couple of days. Very hard.
Very good,
hard.
very good.
I do have an option for you. That one of the ones that was a little easier to make out of the options that you gave me. That was the signal arrow that you wanted,
Yes.
some kind of signaling device. I mean, that's relatively easy, kind of like a flaming arrow, but instead I added a little alchemical powder to it, and I've added some kind of trail through the little. It creates some smoke. It's colored. It's works at daytime or nighttime, and it should be visible all over the place. Obviously, might be a little difficult to use inside the city, and he looks up at like the cave roof over the top of the thing, but yeah, you could make it work, I'm sure.
Yes.
So yeah, you can purchase a signal arrow from him. For these, the cost of materials, etc., it's going to be 25 gold a pop for each one of these signal arrows. But if you want to buy 3, then I can give you a discount. I'll buy in bulk, and I'll give you 3 for 50 gold.
Let's do that. That sounds very good.
Excellent.
Sounds like
Excellent.
a deal to me.
So the arrow does 1d6 fire damage extra if you shoot it at someone.
Okay.
So your attack gets 1d6
Probably
extra damage.
not going to use it for those.
But yeah, then obviously the signaling part is kind of self-explanatory as well.
I mean, the damage is ramping up. 1d6 poison damage, 1d6 fire damage. Like, gonna do 30 damage with one.
I mean, I do
bolt?
have fire arrows already.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
They do the same.
I just haven't used them yet.
I think
Also,
that's standard for fire arrows, right? The
Okay.
damage.
All right.
But I mean, it costs you 25 gold a pop to fire these, so
Yeah.
you're also you might do a lot of damage, but you will end up being poor if you're using 25 gold per attack for these. But yeah. Yeah,
so a few acid arrows. So can I use those at some point?
Yeah. So he says yes, and I'll keep working on the other options that you had, and hopefully can get something sorted for you very soon. Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually looked at like, I think there one was like whistling arrows or something that they make a sound, and apparently like at least like Mongols, for example, really used those kinds of arrows. It's interesting. It's kind of like a flute. You just,
That
you
you
just have
shoot
like
from
air
the
going
bow.
through it when you
Yeah.
shoot it, yeah, and then it makes a sound.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm just role playing, okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you get yourself set up with arrows. Yeah, and do you guys want to head straight there, or?
For me at least, that works. Straight to business.
Cool. So,
Oh,
yeah,
but I need to actually do on the pass. I need to put like, I guess I'll put. So who does anyone want to talk at the gate, or should it be me? Like, should I write my own name here, or?
You can write your own name. You can start the talking, and I can barge in when needed.
Yeah.
You can barge in.
I did. Nice.
And well, I'll set today's date, but though I don't have any idea what today is today. But I guess my character would know.
Your character would know it is a date. Actually, I can't find it right now, but yeah. It's the next month actually. Flame Rule is over. I can't remember what the one after Flame Rule is, but it's like the 2nd of whatever that month is. So there we go.
Do you actually have like something that keeps track? So every time there's like a long rest, it changes the day.
No, I'm just manually doing it. But wait. I gotta find it now because we talked about it. No, I can't find it. Never mind.
And I'm gonna use like the calligrapher's supplies that I bought earlier to make it look nice and official.
Yeah, I mean that part is like a signature and
yeah.
So you don't need to forge it necessarily because it's just to fill in the gaps on the paperwork.
Yeah, but just so it's not like someone writing with a pen like me.
Yeah, you make it look nice and official, for sure. Yeah, so it's still the morning. So when you get to Slim Gate, there's a little bit of a queue of people, kind of a little gathering. They're going through pretty quick. It seems to be kind of business as usual. There's 2 guards on the gate. They are they're dwarves clearly from the Stone Guard, and they are kind of, checking past, letting people through. It's very quick. It seems to be very quick and dealt with. Obviously, people need to get places, so they don't want to hold up too much. But yeah, so there's a little bit of a queue that you guys can join, or if you want to do anything else, or kind of.
When we go to the queue, I wanna look around to see any signs if I see those chained company members anywhere near this area, just to keep an eye on.
Yeah, make a perception check for that. Yeah, checking around, you don't recognize anyone in this group of people or the guards. Yeah.
Let's just join the queue.
Yeah, you jump into the queue and like sort of a few people down. You're listening to the conversation a little bit, but it's generally just very quick and check the pass. Okay, cool, off you go. Kind of let you through.
So what do the guards ask from the people going through? Like,
yeah, you can make a perception check to try and listen in. It's a bit like a passport control thing, right? You're not supposed to sort of stand right next to the guy when he's talking to him, but yeah, with the 16, yeah, you hear basically like not really any questions. They basically like walk up with the pass. The guard checks the pass, checks it's okay, lets them through. But what you do notice with that role is that the majority of these people are like workers who have like work passes, right? And they're just getting let through because it's like a really classic work pass. Okay, cool, off you go.
Yeah. Seen them 100 times already. Like,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, you don't see anyone with any kind of, or you don't overhear any conversations of anything about any other passes than like a work permit, daily type of work permit pass. So you get up to the edge. It's kind of your guys going next, and the guard kind of gestures you over, and he kind of looks at you guys and how you're dressed, obviously, and you don't look like workers. You didn't bring your picks or your mining equipment, etc. Although I would imagine most of them get that stuff from down there anyway. But he kind of looks you over a little bit, yeah. And he kind of puts his hand out and looks kind of to make eye contact with whoever is, sort of leading the group or making contact.
Yeah, I'll just walk forward and offer the pass and just like, good morning, and see what he says.
He takes the pass and he's going to make an investigation check. Okay.
That's good for us.
Yeah, he kind of leaves the pass backward and forward a little bit, looks at it a little puzzled, and he looks at you guys and says, "Oh, this is a rare one. This, you got business at the Gold Brew Mine, do you? What's your business down there?"
I'm afraid that if you are not already aware of the matter, I don't think I'm free to disclose it. I'm sorry. It is a discreet matter.
Oh, all right. You can make a persuasion check.
My persuasion is not great, but wait, where is it actually? There. Oh yes, 0.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
You don't need skill when you got luck.
Yeah.
You've been rehearsing it quite well.
Yeah. All right. Well, fair enough. You got today's date. You're going down there. Are you coming back today?
Yes.
So just a day past it. All right.
Yes.
And he pulls out like a stamp thing and pops it onto the bottom of the paper, and it has today's kind of date on it. And he goes, "All right, through you go, straight down."
Yeah, and I just walk through.
With us.
And say just yeah. I mean, of course, and just say like have a nice day on the way through.
Yeah.
Not politely. Like,
Same.
guard, like,
Not deeply.
Nice. Yeah. So you enter the Slim Gate, which is essentially kind of a huge cylindrical pit that goes from here straight down, and you can see around the outside is like a spiral staircase that goes all the way down, and you can see from here that it is a long way down. Even to the first stop, you see a line of workers who've previously been let through slowly on the way down, and you can see kind of some light coming through from further down, but it's very dimly lit in here. And then even further down, as you peer over and all the way down to the bottom, you can see a second kind of opening where there is light coming in, which must be 200 feet down this pit. Like, this is instant death if you fall down. But luckily there is like, you know, a rope and metal kind of fence posts in the spiral staircase, so it's not easy to fall down.
I'll cast
Yeah.
dancing lights and have the orbs follow our vision impaired party members.
Sure. That
It's
definitely
only gonna
helps,
give
yeah.
like 10 feet of dim light, but there is
Sure.
nothing, I guess.
It
So
adds
is there
something.
not an elevator of any kind here?
No. There is no
I'll
such thing.
cast light on, I don't know, my shield, and
Yeah.
it at least gives bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. So
Nice. So you light the way, in which would, you know, this would be sort of like an epic dungeon descent if it wasn't for the fact that there's like a bunch of people on their daily commute kind of walking ahead of you. Just they do this every day. Like, okay,
Mines
you know.
of Moria.
Yeah. But you guys, as your adventuring party, start to head down these spiral staircases as well, with the lights and the dancing lights and stuff, looking a little bit out of place. But yeah, you guys start to head down. So you have the choice then, as you come down to, you see the first opening. It takes you about sort of 10 minutes to walk down the spirals to get down to the first opening. But yeah, as you come across, you see there's a few people that are kind of breaking off from the majority and walking in. It seems like most people are going all the way down to the third level, but you have the option here to walk into the second level if you choose.
So what does the checkpoint here look like?
You can't see it from inside the tunnel. There's just not enough space from inside the shaft that you guys are in. But you can kind of like, I mean, if you want to walk all the way around, you can look inside and you just see that there's a couple of guards there. There's like an in and an out on this gate so that people can, you know, those on the way in get checked and those on the way out don't really get checked.
I'm just gonna ask Finley in case he would want to get us through this checkpoint, because he's a bit more charismatic than I am.
But to be clear, if you want to continue to the third floor,
Yeah.
you don't need to go through this checkpoint.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
You can just
this is
keep going. Yeah.
Let's just keep
yeah.
going.
This is
Yeah,
just
okay.
if you want to go out onto the second, into the
Oh,
second
I thought it was. Oh, okay.
level.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Okay. Well, then I think we'll just. Well,
Yeah, it's just an option if you wanted to go into the second level now, but if not, you can continue down as well.
Would love to take a look inside, but I'm not.
then if we do have to go through the checkpoint to go there.
yeah.
There's just a few guards and you show them the thing.
Yeah.
We can get to the second level with the cart plan anytime afterwards
true.
if
Or
we
some.
really
Yeah,
want to.
probably some other might as well be possible.
We don't really have business there right now, so
Yeah.
I guess we.
Again, I guess right now we only have this pass for today. So.
Yeah.
Third floor it is.
Yeah, you
Okay,
guys
so
head
yeah.
down and keep going to the third floor, where at the bottom again the tunnel sort of runs out into a polished stone floor as you come to the final part, and you see there's a bit of a backup of people as they're all also trying to get through into the third floor. Now it seems that the checkpoint here is a lot stricter, as everybody is actually getting checked more thoroughly to make sure that paperwork is correct and that, you know, people are not coming into this floor without good reason. So it takes a little bit longer for each person to go through, and as you guys kind of wait for your turn, you can also do another perception check.
I can do that.
Yeah, nice. Listening over to the conversations that they're having, the main questions seem to be like, who are you here to work for? Like, which clan? Because even though it might say it on the paperwork, they are kind of just grilling the people with that sometimes. And sometimes it seems like some people have like a more generic kind of work pass and it's not clear, so they're making sure that they know. They're also checking the like stamp to make sure that like, yeah, this is like, if it's a multi-day pass, it's correct. It's kind of like little details like that. And yeah, primarily they're just kind of asking them a few questions about their business and what they're doing on the third level.
I whispered to Rain that like, well, we we need to use the pass, and your name is in the pass, so just be brave, just go with it. And if they're gonna start asking who has really sent us, we can say that the Dusk Keep sent us, right? The Dusk Palace.
The Dust Palace, yeah.
Yeah, because that was the
Dusk Keeper,
original invitation to the priests as well, right?
Yeah, well, again, because you just found it on the corpse, you don't know exactly the details necessarily, but you know that the Dustkeeper Drennan had the original pass, or
Right.
at least you believe that Dustkeeper Drennan had the original pass and it was stolen by the Drow from his body. And
Yeah.
he was the one that was invited to Goldbrew Hall, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying that like, if we really need the connection, if he doesn't let us, if they don't let us through with just the pass, and we really need a connection to something, then we should connect ourselves to the Dusk Palace, I'd say, because we already have a connection, a person there.
Is it possible to at least get maybe some guidance and inspiration?
Yes, absolutely, my friend. I will inspire you.
Okay, I'll cast guidance.
Was guidance for
Reluctantly.
only one check, or was it for any of the? Like, was guidance for one check, or was it for checks made during the buff?
Just once before the spell ends.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Yes.
so your guidance and
you
your
can-
bardic inspiration, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll after making the ability check. So if you roll for it, I don't know, like a 10, you can decide then 10 is not enough.
So
I
yeah,
can
you
I can imagine the guards as seeing a glowing party coming through.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
of them clearly
I
very
am your
inspired.
god.
He's looking incredibly confident, incredibly inspired as he approaches. And yeah, you see here that the dwarves in this, the guards here are dwarves, and they are again wearing kind of insignia of the Stone Guard that you see normally around the city. But these guys are definitely a little bit more elite. They have kind of much fancier like plate armor which they're wearing, which is a little bit ceremonial. It's like it's supposed to be a little bit fancier looking, but yes, and they carry kind of gleaming sharpened battle axes as opposed to kind of a generic kind of weapon that you might carry around a little bit more up on the upper city. So they definitely look like they're ready for business a little bit more, and one of them kind of looks sternly towards your party as you arrive. Obviously he's sensing that you guys are not a normal set of work people, and he kind of again same deal. He puts out his hand and kind of looks over you.
Once again, just I guess basically the same deal. Go over, like, hand over the pass. Good morning, and just wait
Morning.
for the response.
Guys, let's act a bit tougher on this gate.
He like kind of looks you all up and down and says, Rain, wait, what was your surname?
Moonspear.
Moonspear.
Well,
Rain,
it's a translation, but yes.
yeah. I guess that's what you would write, right? Rain Moonspear. Is that you? Is it? He looks towards
Yes.
you. Rain. Moonspear. Yeah. He looks towards you and says, right. And this is your entourage, I guess.
Yes.
What's your business with Goldbrew?
If you, in case you haven't heard, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell. It was a discreet matter for the Goldbrew clan that I think they wanted to keep under wraps.
Discreet matter. He kind of like leans over to his colleague and kind of whispers a little bit. They whisper back and forth. And you can make a persuasion check.
Get inspired.
I could wait for. I could check the roll before I added either of these,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Crimson is not gonna tell you if you succeed.
Yes. So I'm gonna use something here for sure. 12 is a bit.
It's still kind of like if full roll of guidance, you get 16. Is that really no? Yeah, is that really enough then?
Yeah, might want to use the. I think I'll use the bardic inspiration here as well.
Yeah.
That's so that's a 16.
A 16. He is going to make an insight roll. That was almost a
Oh.
19 was so close.
And he kind of looks you up and down and says, "Right, yeah, discreet matter. Okay, sure. This says you're only here for the day, so we'll be
Yes.
seeing you this evening, right?
Correct.
For special visitors, we make sure to check them in and out.
Is there a time for when we're supposed to be out, or is it just like 24 hours or
No, by midnight.
midnight? All right. Okay. Thank you. Is
Yeah,
there
any-
any way to tell the time on this level? Actually, I haven't been here before. I'm sorry.
Well, most of the clans have their own timepieces, timekeeping devices, so it depends where you're going.
Alright.
But
I'm sure we'll figure it
I
out.
think
then.
you'll manage for sure.
Yes. Thank you.
He writes your name down in a book next to his little guard post, and he kind of looks over you and says, "Right, so you ever been down before?
No, I have not.
So yeah, keep to yourself. Stay out of other clans' business. You'll see that they all have compounds down here around their mines, so don't be wandering into anywhere where you're not supposed to be. It's straight to your place of business, get your business done, and then be out by midnight. All right. Now, there's a few places down here. The calls. That's where all the workers are here temporarily for the overnighters. You know, they sleep down here. I'd stay out of that place if you've got no business there, because it can get a little bit rough. We tend to hands off and let them do what they want down there. So watch out for the people down there if you've got no business with them. But otherwise, you should be pretty much safe to go anywhere.
Did you say overnighters or what?
Yeah. The
Watch
calls
out.
is the name of the. It's like a settlement, I guess. The place where you go and stay if you're here for a few days and you haven't got a permanent residence. So yeah, just keep your eyes out for that.
How do you write that? Is it like
no, calls?
cards?
Calls, yeah. And then do you know about the posts?
No.
All right, so you can take a post from here throughout the deep shelf. It's a cable car that runs from here. There's 2 stops. For you guys, unfortunately, Goldbrew Mine's kind of halfway between 2 of the posts, so you can't go straight there. But yeah, you got Grave Post. That's the one right outside. From there, you can take the cable car. You can get off a Shore Post. That's halfway, basically down the deep shelf, or you can get off a Far Post. That's other end, obviously. Probably, I'd recommend Shore Post. Then you don't have to go through the calls. Far Post, you have to walk through the calls to get to the gold. It's a whole thing. So, yeah, just yeah, if it's your first time, I like I say, I recommend maybe just keep an eye out and maybe off at Shore Post and walk the rest of the way. But I'll leave that to you.
All right. Thank you once again, and just I start moving forward. I guess the rest following.
All right. Yeah, and he kind of just to let you through, and I kind of like eyeing you guys up, and he stops you. Actually, Rain, as you pass through, who's the next one to go?
Me.
Okay. He just puts his hand up for a second and says, wait a sec. Any weapons on you?
Yeah. One, what's that? Dagger?
Daggers. All right, yeah, that's fine. Keep going. Next.
I don't know, probably me next. Yeah,
Well, you look like you've got weapons on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my long sword is at my hip. Like.
All right, just let me see it.
Yeah, I hand it over.
Yeah, he checks it over, and you see that he pulls out of his pocket a stone with a rune on it, which glows a little bit. And he kind of almost waves it over the sword in a kind of metal detector-y sort of way, but essentially you see that there's some kind of spell being cast. You can do an Arcana check if you want, Rain, or anyone with Arcana proficiency. I think that's just Rain, but yeah, you can tell this is some kind of like detect magic or like simple kind of detection spell to check if there's any kind of like weird enchantments or, you know, incredibly dangerous things.
All right. I also have my javelins.
And he does the
Declare
same
them.
thing. Yeah, and he declares them, and he says, "All right, yeah, keep going." Next.
Sure. I walk up to him. Does he say anything?
Yeah, and he says, "Yeah, you know, all right, you next. Weapons."
How many do you need?
Well, whatever you've got on you right now is.
Yeah. Show him the whatever I have here.
Puukko kädessä.
Yeah. He checks them over, and he gets to the bow, and he says, "Oh, interesting. This it's like a drow weapon.
Yeah, I found it in the wild.
Just lying around in the wild, eh?"
Maybe there was a dead drow next to it. Been a while.
Make a deception check.
But that's true.
Deception.
Yeah.
Persuasion?
I imagine they're the same for you, Stain, no?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
He says, right. And he kind of looks at you, dressed as a kind of fighter kind of character with all his weapons. He's like, all right, well, yeah, just probably keep that covered up. You know, drow down here. That's pretty much a no-no. So if anybody thinks you've got any associations with them, you might find some extra trouble.
Gotcha.
Maybe keep that one hidden, but otherwise looks fine to me. All right.
Thank you.
And you then?
Yeah, I mean, depends if you got this wooden stuff, also known as quarter stuff.
All right, just go.
Thank you.
I got a pair of these.
And he lets you all through. So I will reveal to you all on the map if I can work out to do it.
Does it actually come like down below the
Quick,
map
BRB.
of the...
Be careful not to show the second level. No spoilers, please.
Oh, nice.
Did it work?
Very good.
Yes, we see... I guess that is the third level then?
That
looks
is the
like it.
third level, the deep shelf.
I don't see it.
It's
Scroll
like way
down.
below the...
You have to scroll down a bit.
Ah,
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
scroll down past the cavern shelf to the deep shelf. Yeah.
Cool.
So you guys are at the tomb gate, as it's so called, and as you enter up, you see here that it is way darker. That's the first thing than the top. Like there is no artificial sun, basically giving any kind of artificial light up here. There are torches you see dotted around, but essentially this is all dim light, and there is no bright light immediately. Now, Yarek, if you still have your shield as you walk in, you know you're lighting up the immediate area around you, which maybe draws a look or two because it's a little bit weird. But essentially, yeah, it's like it's dusk. It's like nighttime around here, and there are torches and stuff. It's pretty dark. Looking up, you see that there are a few sort of stalactites kind of peeking through, but essentially it's like a shadow above you, and you can not really even see the ceiling. But the floor here is not like paved or cut stone or anything like that. It's just raw rock essentially where it's been dug out. You can see from the footfall of many people that it has been worn down, and there is like obvious paths ahead of you. But generally, this is just a stone floor with no immediate features. Immediately where you are, you see that around you are a number of large and small buildings and a large statue in this kind of central courtyard where you walked out onto. And these buildings have a number of insignias and kind of like dwarven runes and stuff that suggest that they are like catacombs, tombs, with various symbols which you recognize as the Gold Brew clan, for example, and you can, infer that these are like people from the different clans that have been maybe buried here, because you obviously can't bury people, long, and as a place of kind of like reverence. When people come down, they walk past their ancestors, and it's kind of a thing like that. You can see in the distance a large tower, which kind of the top of which you can almost not make out the details of because it goes up and there's just no light up there. but you see kind of just in view two like huge cables that run from here off into the darkness, and you see occasional these like carriages that move across that are basically like cable cars essentially hooked onto the carriages that are going backward and forward between these towers for fast movement around here. And then immediately in front of you as well, you see the start of like a wooden palisade wall, which is kind of built out around. You can just about make out like a mine shaft on the other side, where there's a lot of work going backward and people coming backward and forward into this compound, and a lot of people dragging materials and things which are all being taken south essentially on this map, and many carts and stuff coming and going, lots of work, and very industrious people walking around. So
do we recognize the statue? Like
you can take a look. You can make a history check. Yeah, or maybe it should have been religion, really. But the statue is of the dwarven deity, Hathor, Slab Shaper. I'll even say with that 22, you can probably tell that the base of the statue and the rest of the statue don't necessarily match. The stone looks newer, the new statue, so you would expect that this was once a different statue of something else that has been changed more recently into a statue of Hathor. But you can see that she stands there in like plate armor. She has like a huge war hammer that's like as tall as she is, with a huge like head on the top of it. And yeah, she has a very distinctive kind of feature that you recognize.
Right. Was she like the dwarven member of the Pentar?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Yeah.
She's the
Been
one
a
that
while.
Yeah. She's the one that the kind of the dwarves of Dwenhem and dwarves in general, I guess, have adopted as a little bit of their sort of patron within the Pentarch in general. So yeah.
Our washing machine is going off with song for 2 minutes.
I guess
currently.
nobody can hear it, but yeah. Man, it's long.
Nice. So yeah, you guys are now faced with this kind of cavernous space around you, and yeah.
All right. I guess.
So sorry, where was the cable thingy is going?
So it's between the
posts.
posts.
These two. Okay, I see.
And then
Correct.
there's like a third to the.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you guys don't know kind of what's all over to the east exactly, and so you don't see all of that. But yeah, just bear that in mind.
When the guard described it, I saw it with my soul's eyes.
Yeah. I mean, you do hear the rushing of water even from here. It's a bit quiet, but you do hear like the rush of a waterfall as well, coming from the southeast direction.
So I'm just like to the grave post.
Yeah. No reason to dally around.
Could go
towards
shopping and being a tourist, but
Well, we do have. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we
but
can
we are
see.
tight on time.
Yeah. Even if the time limit is generous, it is still a time limit.
Yeah. And we'll
Yeah,
see how generous it is. You never know.
You guys can make your way down towards the grave post. As you do, like, you kind of enter into the outskirts of what is the old town. Maybe you guys don't necessarily know that, but these are like a lot of old buildings, very, very old, like built into the rocks itself. Dwarven architecture. It looks like some of them are houses, and now some of them are shops, and also other services, and traders and this sort of stuff as well. And there's also a large keep built into the rock, which you see a heavy presence of stone guard coming and go to and fro from, and clearly kind of some kind of sort of headquarters for them here. But yeah, to the grave post, relatively straightforward. As you walk up, there is a small, incredibly old dwarf manning the thing, and kind of looks you up and down, and can sort of tell that you're maybe not regulars, but says, "Hey, it's 5 silver each per journey, so you can go all the way through, or you can get off halfway." Don't matter to me.
We're just gonna go halfway, so 2 silver each, right?
Doesn't matter to me. I said you can go all the way, half the way. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, but we're gonna pay you 2 silver each.
You can make a persuasion check.
Seemed more like an intimidation check.
Like I said, it's 5 silver. You get on, you can get off,
But
you can
was
stay
it-
on.
Was it 15 because can't roll below a 10 as your subclass?
Hmm.
Was it persuasion checks as well?
Come on, Bart, charm him or something.
I think it was persuasion and something else. Yeah, persuasion and deception.
So it's 15?
15.
So it's 15. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Look, it's 5 silver. You get on, you get off where you want.
No, I pay.
Yeah,
at least.
Yarok is
Right.
kind of embarrassed that Finley would try to. We've got thousands of gold pieces and like gotta
Right.
get.
Gotta try it. All right.
Getting my
It all
shittiest
adds
silver
up.
coin.
I'm happy
all
though because
black.
I had exactly 5 silver on my silver slot, so
Yeah.
I'm happy to get
Same.
rid of it.
Nice. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, only small change really. And yeah, you guys head up the tower, and as you climb up the tower, yeah, you start.
While we're climbing, I'm gonna say to Finley, like, let's try to keep our attention to ourselves at a minimum because we are not supposed to be here. So, if we need to pay 3 silver extra, maybe we can just pay.
Fine.
Yeah, there are some small windows, almost like arrow slits, essentially carved in the side of this tower as you go up. So you start to see a little bit further. You can see lights in the distance, especially around here, where you see like a lot of activity from what you can make out with the light level. You see lots of activity coming and going, and you actually see ships, although they appear to be like sort of flat barges without sails, that come in and out of this what appears to be like an underground bay of a large underground lake or river of some kind, that where you see that there is trade coming and going from this area.
Just gonna say out loud, like, I wonder what the hell that lake connects to. I didn't know that there was a place like this here. Just keep going.
Yeah, and as you wonder to yourself, you arrive at the top of the tower where you see here, it seems to have been kind of built onto this tower. The tower was not made for purpose, essentially. It appears they've like knocked a wall out of one side and then built with wood an additional extended like platform so that you're able to get onto this cable car. And you can see it looks kind of, you know, rickety and a little bit kind of worrying as these cable cars come in, and they kind of come in pretty fast, swinging a little bit as they arrive, and then one dwarf kind of grabs it as it arrives and kind of pulls it into the station and holds it steady and clips it into a thing whilst people get on and off, and then quickly unclips it before the next one is coming along. So it's a little bit of a
Anyone afraid of heights?
Yes.
And if it can withstand dwarves, it can probably withstand us.
Never been this high. I don't know.
There we go.
Oh, I have been high, but I'm still scared.
Hey, yo.
Is that a different kind of high?
Perhaps.
Yeah, Yarok and Helen.
So you so a dwarf grabs a cable car as it comes in and goes, go go go.
Go, 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 go!
Jump in.
Yeah.
5 of them jump into this creaking cable car as it continues off. You know,
What's
they're
the weight limit?
It'll be fine. Yeah. And you guys start to head across. There is, as you guys head across, you can start to see a little bit more, and as you head sort of through, you see like there are buildings within these compounds, and you see open mine shafts here that are controlled obviously by these different clans. You see different guards. You see some of them have their own, what appears to be their own kind of guard, or their own sort of insignia on their armor and that sort of stuff, as well. And within these compounds, they're basically like running their own sort of company or their own sort of clan, essentially. And you come through and start to get towards the shore post, which is so named because it is close to the shore of this underground lake of some kind, as well.
while we're traveling, I'm just gonna ask Yarek, like, you couldn't find a plate armor in the normal level, the sky shelf. I wonder if they would have one here.
Yeah, but it's way too expensive for the utility it gives.
All right.
I'm waiting for a magic armor.
Oh.
I mean, it costs 1,800, and
Mm.
I've only got 1,300. I'm not gonna lend from anyone. I borrow.
Fair.
All right. But yeah, I guess we can just
It's mine own
keep
thing
going
to think
straight
about.
to just like still talking. Like, is there anything any one of you would want to do? Like, while we're going over there, like we can look around a bit, I guess. But is there anything anyone would?
Are you guys
Be
worried
interested
at
in
all
looking
that
at?
when we go to the cold brew mine that we're gonna bring a lot of attention to us because we're not in mining gear? What's our plan when we get to the mines? They're gonna start
Well,
asking questions.
Yeah, and also like I guess the closer we go to the gold brew mines, the thing is of course that we don't actually have a pass to the gold brew mines, so the chance of someone knowing that we're not supposed to be there does increase.
What did the pass say?
Uh,
Invitation to.
The pass was
Sorry?
an invitation to the Gold Brew Clan Hall,
All right.
essentially.
Well, we kind of have a pass to there then.
Mm. Yeah,
I mean, we
but like
do.
it's not a real pass, so if there's someone in the know, like if we go up and there's like the guy who would be making those passes, they're gonna be like, I didn't make a pass for
Yeah.
today. And
Yeah, because I'm already starting to think that if we should start to split up somehow here and gather the information here, or I could disguise myself to get to the mine and stuff like that if we are not sure if
you
we're
don't
gonna
have
get all
any
in.
work permit though.
Mm-hmm.
We can also maybe try to look if we can start to sneak to the places.
Yeah.
But it does, well, yeah, I guess we'll see how the entrance is. I guess we don't need to go barging straight in, we can just scout out a bit. We do have quite some time.
Yeah, well, you have the option then as the shore post is coming up to basically jump off here or continue on to the far post.
I guess well, it would give us, we could maybe see into the compound if we go to the far post.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the far post. I'm curious about the calls as well.
Okay. Yeah, so you continue on. You see there's a number of buildings underneath. You actually see that there's a temple to Hathor that you pass here that is quite obvious from above. And you pass over the top and you continue on past the shore post. And yeah, looking out on the left side, you see the Goldbrew mine compound is large and probably the largest one, at least from what you've seen. Inside it, there is a couple of large buildings, which are, the other compounds tend to be mostly work related or more work related. They had a few small buildings and maybe one of them had like a tower and stuff, but they generally like had less kind of structure to it. But the Goldbrew mine seems to be big and they have a quite kind of fancy looking hall which is close to the door here, or close to the entrance to the compound, that you can kind of make out, and you see lots of lights, lots of lanterns, and a flurry of activity. Many people of all kinds, dwarves and other workers coming in and out, going into different mines. But you see that you can make a persuasion check, actually, all of you can. You make it with disadvantage if you don't have dark vision.
Wait, you said what check?
I said persuasion, but I meant perception.
I was thinking like persuasion.
You must
dark
persuade the dark.
Disadvantage.
You should have disadvantage, I think, as well, Finley.
I've got advantage due to my
dark
shield.
vision.
Perception.
I finally got 2 eyes again with
Okay, shit, Cap.
1 eye on the shield.
Yeah.
I can see.
So let's see. We got a 4, an 8, a 10, a 16. Okay. So only Yarok really spots that one of the mines, a smaller mine shaft that's off sort of to the side of what appears to be the main mines. One of them has no people going in and out of it at all. It doesn't appear to be like blocked off or boarded up or anything like that. It appears open, but just nobody is working in that mine. And that strikes you obviously as odd compared to all the rest.
Yeah, I mentioned it to everybody. That's weird.
And those of you without dark vision, as you look over there, you can barely even make out the mines, the like individual mines. You're just seeing, it's like being up a building at nighttime. You're seeing like lights and some movement, but it's hard to make out specifics.
Did it seem like it's open that we can get in?
Like, I mean, the shaft itself appears open. Like, there's no doors closed. It's not blocked off or collapsed or something. To Yarok, at least, he can spot that. So it doesn't appear blocked off, but yeah, it just doesn't appear to be active either.
Curious. Wanna check it out?
Well,
I mean,
that
might be the place to be.
As you continue along over the top of the calls, you see there are a number of like what look to be sort of like very hastily made or temporary buildings made of wood and straw. Some of them decently sized with multiple levels and things, whilst others are smaller, like shacks and essentially hovels, stuff like that. And then also lots of tents and like a tent city, essentially, where you see like at this time of day as well, there's not really huge amounts of movement there. You assume that most workers are obviously working, right? But there is a little bit of movement. You can see there's a few like market traders are set up in stalls and things as you go across the top as well. And then there appears to be one more substantial building which has been built out and looks to be pretty sturdy, which is here. And those of you with dark vision could probably just make out that it has like a sign above the door, so it's obviously some kind of like tavern or inn or something like that. And behind it you see that there appears to be like a large pentagonal hole that is kind of odd. You can't really see anything from this angle either, but there just appears to be a big hole behind the inn. The penta hole. Yeah. And so you guys make it to the far post. You come in at relative speed, and there's a clunk as the dwarf grabs the thing and quickly hurries you out, and you head down the tower, and you come out into essentially like these rows of tents, rows of sort of small hovelled buildings. This side towards the far post, it's mostly tents. The buildings tend to be more to the west.
So where was that abandoned mine? I think we should head there.
Yeah. By the way, at this point, I'd like to ask about the spell that I linked, like suggestion. So it says that it has like V and M, so material and what is the second? Vocal component? Okay.
Yeah, vocal.
So I don't need to do any hand waving.
No.
And just the vocal component can be the order or it's the sentence or two that I give.
Yes, yeah.
So a person without like having like detect magic or something wouldn't realize that the spell is being cast, right?
Yeah, I think not. Yeah, I think you're just basically suggesting something to someone, and the words are magically.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Discreetly handling the material components. What is your like magical implement, by the way, for roleplay reasons? Or have you thought about it at all?
I would actually guess it maybe would be the book, if that makes any sense.
You either have a spellcasting focus, or you can have like a bag of like a material components bag, right? If you have a spellcasting focus, you don't need the material components for spells. You just you cast everything through your book.
So it makes sense to have that be the book?
It can be, yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
So all you would need to do is sort of hold your book as you say it, have it in your hand to use it as a focus.
Yeah, so basically because I can have it on my hip, I can just like keep a hand on the book while I'm doing it. All right. Yeah, just asking in case there's any trouble.
Some kind of need for it. Yeah. Okay, so what's the plan?
So do we go straight through the calls to the Gold Blue Mine entrance?
Or do we wanna
Check out the hole.
it has 5 sides.
5 sides.
Pentarch. It's a god hole.
Illuminati. Maybe the gods are down there.
No, but like, do we want to go to the possible tavern and like
Check it
mingle
out.
with locals and check out?
See what we hear.
I'm always
Yeah.
up to mingling with locals.
Like,
Single and ready to mingle.
if they
I'm
know
not
anything
sure.
about the gold brew mine.
I'm not sure how they'll react because we are not miners.
I mean, we'll just go there to have a drink, right?
How do you do, fellow miners?
How's my ticket?
Hello, lower class people. How do you do?
Yeah, and I Finley reminds the party like the incident that kind of led Finley to Dwenham anyway, that he lost his friend, a minor friend, before you guys entered, and
What was his name? Like
Kilgore
Kilgore?
Grim Grip, and he still doesn't know about like his whereabouts. Don't know where he exactly went missing, and so
Sounds
he's
like
kind
a
of
follower
curious
of
to just.
Korn, right, Tony? Sounds like a follower of a demon god in Warhammer.
Okay, nerd. Anyway. But yeah, I'm up to go check the tavern if you guys want.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. That's so the well, and well, I guess we wouldn't know the name, but we would know that there's a tavern, so we would
Head
go
towards.
towards that.
Yeah, as you start to head towards it, you see that it does have a sign on the outside. It's called the Well on the Wall, and yeah, it appears even at this time to be kind of a little bit busy. Like you can see inside, it's probably at this point maybe 10 a.m. something like quite early in the morning. But you can tell that obviously with the way that shift working works here, and there being no actual kind of daylight that you need to work in a mine, right? That there definitely are kind of shifts that come and go, and there are still people who are just coming off work and maybe going to the tavern, etc. It doesn't appear to be the kind that it doesn't appear to be a tavern that has rooms of any kind. It's purely just a pub for the sake of serving drinks. And yeah, you guys kind of come up to the door, open up the door, walk in. Who's going in first?
Is it Finley or
Sure.
Finley or Jarok, I guess.
Yeah, we can go together like as buddies, like.
Yeah, and you both walk in together, and there's like that kind of stop for a second as everyone kind of turns to look, as you guys look very different from
As the main characters enter, eh?
Yes, and all the NPCs are sitting and drinking in their mining gear, kind of turn and look, and obviously you guys look very different from the average kind of person who's down here. So there's a little bit of a stop in conversation, a little bit of a hush falls over the place for a little bit before they sort of nothing major happens and they kind of go back to their drinking and stuff. But yeah, it's clear that they kind of, many of them sort of clock you as being outsiders and not normal patrons of this type of place. But it seems relatively well lit, well decorated. It's not particularly like awful or anything like that. And there's a number of bar people because it's obviously quite busy, being probably one of the only like non-dwarven tavern type places in this area. It gets a lot of trade, so yeah.
Think we head for the bar to grab a drink, or
Yeah, probably a higher quality than in the Screaming Maiden.
While we're while we're in the bar, I'll just try to keep my ears open and see if I can hear anything.
same,
if
and
I can hear
I'll just like initiate conversation, even if there's anyone sitting at the bar. I'll just like initiate any kind of conversation with them, and
Okay.
just start
Yeah.
chatting about their work and stuff.
Yeah, you walk up and there's the behind the bar there is a half-orc barmaid woman who is it kind of greets you and says, "Hello, love. Yeah, what can I get you? Anyone?"
What's like ale? I don't know.
And I'll get
ale?
what
The
my boy's
usual.
having as well.
Round of ales, is it? all of you?
Sounds good.
All right.
Do you have tea?
Tea. Well, I can boil some water for you, but you'll have to find your own leaves.
That's no problem.
All right. All right. Well, yeah,
Okay, you're
she's-
censored.
No,
Walked up from the stream.
Yeah,
He's
she
just
puts the kettle onto the fire as well and starts to boil some water as well as pour you a round of drinks. You can make a perception check, mate.
Nice. Have some
Nice.
good rolls.
Some good rolls so far, yeah. Yeah, looking around, you see there's generally like a mix of clientele in here whereby there's clearly people who've just come off the mines. You know, they're still dirty, they're still like sweaty, they've just done their work essentially, and they've come in, some of them even still wearing their like work clothes, even with like a couple of picks leaning up against the booths that they're sat in and that sort of stuff. So they're clearly straight off work. Some of them are, you know, eating and that sort of stuff. There's not as many people drinking at 10 a.m. But there is clearly like still some like people who've been on a night shift or whatever, and this is the equivalent of grabbing a drink after work. So there's a bit of drinking and stuff that's going on. That seems to be the main set of clientele. However, you with a 21 do notice that there is kind of a number of other groups of people who don't look like necessarily that they are miners. They don't have that kind of stereotypical kind of look you would associate with someone who's doing a lot of manual labor. Some of them are dressed a little bit nicer than the kind of classic like mining attire and that sort of stuff. And you notice even within these groups there's dwarves across all the groups, but these groups tend to have like one or two like dwarves within them that are kind of nicely dressed and look a bit smarter maybe as well. But you also get like this sense with the 21, like you're noticing that some of these groups of people are a little bit like dodgy, right, for want of a better word. Like they're a little bit like you know, some of them have a couple of like scars, or they have a couple of like, you can see a flash of like chainmail under, like occasionally under some of their like tunics and this sort of stuff. So some of them seem like they're a little bit more
Ready for battle?
yeah, maybe not for battle essentially, but
Mm.
yeah, essentially they are ready for more dangerous stuff than for mining. Yeah.
Mm.
At
Any-
the yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's like any empty tables around there, like if we could go sit.
Yeah, you
close to
guys
such a
can go
group.
and grab a table for sure. Yeah.
While I'm waiting at the like counter and asking like, wait, do we first of all, do we want to like advertise that we're new here? Because I was like thinking of striking up a conversation that since we're new here, like to learn about the area, or is
Seems
that fine?
fine to me.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. The first question being, what's with the hole?
Nice hole you got there.
I mean, like,
yeah,
we're
I mean,
new here and new in the area. Like,
Noticed
yeah,
that.
it's up to you guys. Yeah, if you want to start a conversation along those lines.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Mm.
Who do you want to ask? The bar maid, or do you want to ask
Yeah,
the?
Barmaid when
camera catch.
like she's getting our drinks and stuff. Like,
One second.
pretty much immediately when we get to the
Oh.
counter.
Sorry.
No memory card.
No
cannot
memory
be-
card.
Oh my god.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, you guys go and find an empty table, and she brings over she's manages to carry like 5 pints of ale all in one hand,
Keep
classic
crashing.
kind of German
Sorry.
beer killer style, and drops them all off the table, and you ask her, and she says, honestly, I can't tell you much about the hole. It's just kind of like been there, as far as I know, since the whole city was founded. No one knows where it goes down to, because like we don't go down.
Does Tony look very weird on anyone
Yeah,
else?
what happened? Tony's
You have like a blue filter.
No,
Tony's
it's fine
camera.
for me. It's your internet.
Yeah,
Yo,
it looks
guys,
fine
it's
for me.
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait,
So
Like my preview looks the same.
Just a
So,
second,
okay,
I'll
like-
just reconnect.
Take a screen.
I can see that one as well, so
Oh, it looks
it's
fine now
fine.
that
Yeah,
Tuli left.
So it's
What the
first.
fuck is Discord
It's a
even?
ghost. It's a Discord
How
ghost.
does Discord work?
Discord
Jesus. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and she says, yeah, the from what I know, the hole's been here the whole time. It was, I mean, some people think it might have been a mine shaft. It's clearly been built there or dug out by someone in the past, but at least no dwarves I've ever spoke to have any idea what the purpose of it is. And you don't normally build a mine shaft that just goes straight down like that. So, yeah, it ain't something that we actually have a lot of knowledge about. That's why kind of we put the tavern up here. It's a bit of a tourist attraction, at least people who come down to mine for the first time and work down here, they get told about this hole and they come over and see it, and then yeah, perfect place for
Good for business.
good for business, exactly.
Worked on me at least.
what's
Oh man, I hope
What's-
Kilgore
what's
hasn't
at the
fallen in
bottom?
there.
They
The
didn't
bottom,
know.
we don't know. The only way to get down there would be to, run a rope down or something. And people have gone down, 100, 200 feet. But, at some point you ain't got enough rope, so you got to come back. Doesn't seem like any of the dwarves are super interested in investigating it. And, yeah, most of us down here, the rest of us are not really, not really that interested in that sort of stuff. We got stuff to do.
I'll also ask about like the lake. Like, what does the lake connect to?
Well, it's kind of halfway between a lake and I guess like a river mouth. But apparently, and again, I don't really get involved, but there's a whole network of underground rivers that connect underneath the mountains here and connect to a few other dwarven settlements around the mountain range up here. Yeah, and like I say, like never been out there, and it's pretty heavily controlled. But yeah, there's been a few different, let's say, issues in the last, well, from what I know, the last couple of maybe 10, 15 years. There's been a couple of times when there's been orc incursions, and even drow have come on ships, barges from the underground rivers here, and made trouble and that sort of thing, but they're pretty easily put away when they realize that they walk into a fully armed dwarven city. It's not really the kind of place you just sail into, so most of the time it seems like it was more of an accident than an intended attack from any raiders and such. But
When's
yeah,
the
that's why you
when's
see
the
a lot
last
of
time
guards there.
when's the last time you've seen drows here?
Drow? Oh.
Mm.
Well, I haven't seen any drow myself. I mean, I heard there was maybe 10 years ago, something like that. There was a group of drow that, made their way in and caused some trouble. But yeah, not recently.
All right. Thank you. Just gonna drink my ale and try to see if I can hear anything from the other tables.
Okay. Yeah, you can make another perception check.
Oof, there we go, finally.
There's
Well-
lots of chatting and lots of kind of general conversation about work and mundane.
I'd also like to listen into conversations.
Sure, go for it.
Nope, I don't.
Mundane conversations about when's your shift end, when are you down here again, this sort of stuff. But you don't ever hear anything of particular interest. It does appear that kind of these other groups of people are quite hushed in their talking and making sure that they're not being overheard as well. So the miners obviously don't care, but they're not talking about anything interesting either.
Would anyone wanted to ask about the abandoned mine that we seem to notice, or Yaruk seemed to notice? Would you have wanted to ask from the barmaid about that then? Or no? Or do we just want to go check it out ourselves?
Well, I think we want to ask someone about like, do they know anything about the gold brew mine? Like,
Anything unusual happening?
yeah.
There? Oh yeah, I just wonder how much we want to like put ourselves out there. I don't know. Like if we ask too many questions about things people don't want questions asked about.
Oh, okay.
But
The Gold
I don't
Brew
know.
mine is seemingly like the biggest mine here, though, on this level, right? Okay.
It's like
Yep.
it's not necessarily that the mine itself is big. It's just that they have a larger compound than everybody else,
Right.
and they have just like more land. Essentially, their estate is larger,
Right.
and they appear to have a number of mines. But it's hard to say which is bigger, right? Because they're underground. They could be small tunnels. They could be massive tunnel networks.
Okay.
Yeah, but like in the sense that most people, because in the most people.
Again,
Or
maybe not
is that
necessarily
possible?
the most people. Like again, without kind of going through and checking out all the other kind of clans and stuff. But it's more just like they seem to have control over a larger area, a larger number of mines and stuff. Not necessarily that they have more people than anyone else, because again, like just the opening of the mine doesn't really show you how much work is going on in the mine. These could be like gigantic. There could be just one mine shaft for a different clan that goes on for miles and has thousands of people in it. And the Gold Brew mines could be 3 mine shafts with 10 people each, right? You don't know. But there seems to be a similar amount of activity on their compound as everyone else.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel? Do you want to ask around about it, or do you want to go there?
Well,
Go to the hole.
forewarned is forearmed. So
Okay, maybe you should take the background blurring off, by the way.
Mysterious man. Giving us a interview.
Oh yeah, I just need the voice
changer.
encoder.
Mm.
Set up. Yeah.
Mm,
But I think Dudan, without
Yeah.
being informed, probably wouldn't be that interested in going down the hole, right?
No, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yes, I would go as like this, of course.
Could be.
That's why I asked if somebody would want to ride a giant spider.
Physics don't work like that, my man.
Well,
And
it's-
spider work. Spider can climb or walk any difficult terrain without.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
piggyback ride on that spider is not physically possible when you're going down.
Spider web.
Yeah,
You can
Anyway.
cocoon someone and bring them with
Yeah,
you.
indeed.
yeah, you can. Isn't
Indeed.
a giant spider large?
Yes.
Yeah, you can ride a large thing. I mean, just
Yeah.
hold
With
on
how well
tight.
it goes when you're
Yeah.
riding down like straight
A vertical.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
that
on
might.
tight.
Yeah, that might need an ability check at least, and if you fail, then
Yeah, and Yaruk is not up for that. Yaruk is way too big.
It's a dangerous one, yeah. I mean, the spider itself would be fine, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But taking passengers might be tricky. But you need some kind of saddle made to order or something. All right, well, what's the plan?
If we had the feather fall, that
Oh, yeah.
could be, but I don't.
just
think
I'll
we
jump
have-
in.
Yeah.
Nothing to lose.
Where
Yeah.
have I seen this before?
Yeah,
Nothing to
just
lose.
checking. Featherfall lasts for a minute, so.
Like, real quick.
And
Okay.
It's 60 feet per round, so like 600 feet. If it's more than that.
Yeah. You can start casting it after you've jumped.
Yeah. Like,
You know it's at least like 200, right? So
Okay, I think we just head out then if we don't want to talk to the barmaid or anyone.
well, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to talk? Like I think Jarek wanted to talk about it, ask
Yeah.
about it. I'm fine with it.
Like,
Should be okay. Just maybe don't be too loud when you're asking about it.
You could ask it in a way that like, what's their deal? Like, it seems like they're sort of a bigger organization or something.
Yeah,
So you could ask it like that.
but too listen.
Yeah, sure. She says, "Oh, the Gobru clan. Well, they're pretty influential around here. Like one of the oldest clans, I think. Many of the clans over time, like they get broken up or they end up kind of infighting, and they have splits, rifts in the clan and this sort of stuff. But the Goldbrews have been pretty on the straight and narrow for I mean the whole time the city's been here, as far as I know. So yeah, that's kind of why they built up a lot of their influence over time. They expanded a bit more. They opened up new mine shafts when they found new ore pockets and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of why they've got the biggest place. It's just they're just like the oldest clan here.
So what do they mine? What kind of ore and what else?
Oh, everything, I think. I mean, I think it's mostly iron. Like, it's just a big iron operation. But there's a variety of other stuff that comes out of the mines. Sometimes some precious stones and stuff like that. It's often found within alongside the iron veins and that sort of stuff. And yeah, there's always rumors as well. People discovered some new ore, some fancy new vein of something, and these rumors come out, and but yeah, nothing too solid from what I can tell.
Okay. Any recent rumors like that then, like any fancy new ores there?
Oh, well, I don't know about ores, but apparently there was an accident at one of the mines. Yeah, there was
Tell us more.
There was a whole bunch of workers were killed. I think maybe 15, 16 of them. Yeah, pretty big deal. Whole big scandal, because generally pretty safe down here. Dwarves know what they're doing when it comes to mining, and the mines are set up pretty safe. But yeah, I don't know what happened exactly, but yeah, it was a whole thing. They had the stone guard all over the place, really shut the whole thing down for a week or so, and yeah, but
oh my, did they retrieve the lost ones then, or
well, from what I know, they brought the bodies back up where they could, but I'm not sure the details, honestly.
Okay, wow, that's terrible.
Can we have a quick water break?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Right, is everyone back?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Then yeah. Yeah, what's the next?
Did we want to know anything more about the accident?
I have a feeling we know.
Yeah, probably the barmaid will know more.
Yeah,
I could ask, like, did they close down the mine where it happened then?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not really involved in what goes on in the actual compounds themselves. The clans keep it pretty locked up.
Right.
Maybe one of these guys will know if they've been working there, but not me.
Yep.
I think we have enough information now.
Yeah, we want to go to the seemingly empty mine anyway, so. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the drinks. They were definitely better than upstairs, so.
Were they? How did they taste? Tell us.
Yeah, they definitely were. Like, they would have been. It's pretty premium dwarven ale down here. Like, even for the the case of the workers and stuff. But it doesn't make sense to import cheaper alcohol because it would just be expensive shit alcohol. So they just use the whatever's available, which is decent dwarven ale. So yeah, it was good. Definitely better than the Screaming Maiden.
Poor Marriott.
Yeah, we need to do something about that.
Yeah, we have to help him out.
Side quest, help grow his business.
Some slice of life.
Yeah, little side quest
campaign.
Filler arc. Yeah.
Filler episode. Help Marriott.
Where's our beach episode?
I mean, there's
we have a
beach
here.
over here. Yeah. Just not very sandy and more just rocks, but
And not very sunny either.
Definitely not sunny. Yeah. So what's the plan next?
I guess go scout the entrance to the Gold Brew compound.
Yeah. Through the calls.
Okay.
Oh yeah. See what happens.
Let's
on
stick
the way.
together, guys. If someone starts acting tough, then we act tough back.
Yeah, Sure. So you guys head out of the inn and towards west, basically towards the Gold Brew Mine entrance. And yeah, these the selection of buildings, the sort of hovels and the shacks and the tents and stuff form, streets and a sort of like layout of a village of sorts. But it is very labyrinthine,
By the way,
confusing.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, do we see like actual, I don't know, like, are there any beggars or anything? Because I'm just thinking, like, or is everyone here basically working in the mines? So everyone who's here has like a job.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like necessarily everybody's working in the mines, but it does seem like everybody has a job, and you definitely wouldn't get away with being a beggar here because you just get thrown out of the deep shelf for sure. Like you have to have had a work permit or something that keeps you down here.
We probably don't need to care that much about like pickpockets or anything right here. Right.
So yeah, it's pretty like maze-like in the streets as you walk through, and yeah, you can all make a perception check as you kind of start to walk through, passing some of these like bigger houses a little bit. You can see they've added extra stories onto some of these buildings. Finley is not paying attention to his surroundings, but yeah, I mean, Dudon, Yarok, Rain, you notice as you're going. I mean, the streets are relatively, or let's say kind of a medium level of busy. It's not as busy as it is up on the sky shelf where there's people all the time around, but there are a number of people walking backward and forward doing stuff on the chores and tasks and whatever. But you notice that you get looks from people as you walk through the area, and there are occasional like hushed whispers as you guys walk past and stuff like that. And as you walk down like one of the smaller streets, you get to a point where there's a sort of a little bit of a thinner alleyway between two wooden buildings that are built up, and as you walk towards that kind of set of buildings there, you notice that there's like a group of maybe about like 4 or 5 kind of guys who are kind of semi-blocking the way, kind of lurking almost in this alleyway, kind of waiting for you to approach the alley.
Do we have to go this way?
You can potentially turn around and go a different way. Yeah, I mean it's very maze-like. It's difficult to know which way you should turn and go exactly, but yeah.
Sorry, how many were there? I was too focused on Elis's cat. Okay, thank you.
There's about 4 or 5 guys.
Thank you.
We can take them. If it comes down to that.
There might be more. Can you sense other presence?
By the way, are there seen any like animals, like working horses or something like that?
The animals are pretty seem relatively rare down here. It's difficult to keep them. There's no grass. There's no you have to import stuff. But there are some for sure. Like especially carts being taken from places. They tend to be like ox, like kind of big cow creatures rather than horses that they use down here. Yeah, some of them with like the shaggy kind of like fur as opposed to regular oxes. But yeah, so there are a number of these kind of like cart animals.
Yeah, just keeping in mind if I need to hide.
Yeah, sure.
So wait, so there were like 4 or 5 people like just standing in an alleyway? Are they like kind of blocking it, or
like semi-blocking it? Like it's gonna be like if you guys walk through there, it's kind of just gonna be like awkward because you're gonna be really close to them, like it's not a particularly wide alleyway and they're kind of like loitering in the alleyway. Yeah,
Let's take another route.
yeah, I think let's just like we could take them. I think Jarek, you're right, but let's just play it safe, right? Like there's no need
let's
to
just check.
have any commotion here.
Check
We
the
want
next
to make sure
alleyway.
we're low profile.
I haven't asked them. Bye. So,
What?
hey lads,
We'll turn around.
okay, yeah.
are they? Can I see? Are they just miners or?
Yeah, they look
Dwarves?
over to you. No, there's like a mixture of kind of young guys and girls who don't appear to necessarily be miners. They don't look like they have mining equipment. They don't look like
they
they've
miners?
been working. They may or may not be
Different
miners,
miners.
but they look, yeah, and they look a little bit more similar to some of the groups of people that you saw that were clearly not miners in the tavern before. So yeah, they don't appear to be like regular miners.
I'd say we
I want
just
to
turn
walk
around.
closer
Oh.
and ask them, hey, lads, where does this alleyway lead to?
More alleyways, you know.
Gotcha. Anything fun in there? Anything interesting?
Oh, what are you after?
I don't know. Anything really?
Drugs.
Adventure, maybe some gambling.
Gambling. Well, look, we don't really, and you can see like the sort of ringleader essentially is like a bit of a bigger guy who kind of walks forward. He's youngish though, maybe like 19, 20, something like that.
Like
he's got
in
some.
years.
Yeah, he's human. Yeah. So 19, 20
Oh.
human years. Yeah.
Are they all human?
No, there's like one dwarf and a couple of humans. There's a female and 3 males and a male dwarf. And they're like either half elf or human, or you know, like difficult to tell immediately. But and he's got tattoos on his like shit, and you can see that the tattoos are kind of pretty crudely done. They're not very good. And as he walks closer to you as well, you can see that he's got like a smudge of like some kind of soot or something like this, and it's like smudged under one of his eyes like this. So he has this black mark under his eyes, and he goes, you don't look too like
We look
you
like
knew-
outsiders?
yeah, outsiders, you lot. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. You not from around here. That's what I was. Yeah, not from around
No,
here.
not really. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Well, look. I mean, sure. Like, you want some fun, maybe some gambling. You know, we don't
Possibly.
talk too loudly around here because of all the, you know, the feds walking around.
Gotcha.
And you know, so we got to keep it hush hush sort of thing, like you know. But you know, I got a couple of friends, you know, maybe some you know, rich set of people like yourselves got a bit of money to spend. We could have some fun, you
Stain.
know.
Do we really have time for this, Stain?
It's called collecting information.
Mingling with the locals.
This
Like,
is
if
the thing
you
you do.
like, no problem if you want to just come with us. You know, just couple of buildings down here. You know, got a friend who runs a little bit of something on the side. You know, he can sort you out. And you see now as you talk that the guys, the whole group sort of turns towards you, and they all have this like black smudge of like soot under one eye as well, that kind of clearly marks them as together in some way.
I see you're
Like they're like a collection of people. Let's say a gang.
What are you, the Backstreet Boys?
Oh, that's a good name, because like, we're like in the back streets.
Is that
But
girl
we're
a
not-
boy too?
We're not all boys, you know. That would be, you know, we're more progressive than that. So, yeah, maybe the Backstreet Collective. or something.
Backstreet Lads.
Yeah.
Backstreet
No,
Collective, I
mate.
like that.
You've probably heard of us. We're the Night Stalkers. And they all go,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Have
first
we
time here,
heard of
never
them?
heard of you.
Oh,
Have we actually heard of them?
Sure
no.
not.
No. Okay.
It's a bunch of younglings, come on.
Finley's trying to kind of keeping the laugh back and just like being like, what kind of information are we really gonna get out of this?
Yeah,
It is mingling with the locals.
let's just
But yeah,
move
come with us. Come
along.
with us. Don't worry. Just head this way and like round the corner, and yeah, we'll sort you out.
Who were they? Night Stalkers?
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry, but
I'm
we're a little busy
gonna.
at the moment. We could
We
get
will see you about later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're later we're gonna look for some more fun in the evening. So I think we're gonna check out your place then, eh?
I'm
I
gonna
see my
cast
friends want to leave,
message
so...
to Stain and say, never go to a secondary location.
I see my friends want to go. We got busy. We
Oh,
got
you
business to do.
you lot are missing out. You lot are missing out.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, you know where to find us. You know, in the back streets.
In the back streets.
Backstreet Boys, yep.
Yeah.
The Night Stalkers, yeah.
Backstreet
Yeah.
Collective.
Backstreet
Collective.
Collective.
You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can remember us. We are the Adamant Might.
Adamant. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Who came up with that one?
No comment.
All right. Well,
I'll
look.
see you later.
You go and you watch out for the dragon claws. All right.
Okay.
Because they,
Alright.
yeah. You just tell them that you're mates with the Night Stalkers. Yeah.
Alright.
You see him? You
Gotcha.
see him? Yeah, I'll leave you alone. You know, don't worry.
Night
Thanks for the info.
Stalkers. What was it? Dragon Claws?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yarok thinks it's just another gang they have beef with, so
Yeah,
I'm
gang.
probably not gonna go well if we say that we're with
Not
the Night
at all.
Stalkers.
Oh, I wave them goodbye.
All right. Keep yourself safe. Yeah.
You
Get so
too.
fresh, whatever.
But you don't go
Wait,
past them through the alley, right? You
was
turn
it,
around.
We go there.
The
let's go
left eye or right eye under which they have to shoot?
The right eye.
Mm,
Right eye.
I'm thinking of like how, as I'm going like just at my one eye somehow, or like it is my right eye that I still have, so like
Yeah.
it's like
Fits.
fit in somewhat. Like
Yeah. I've got an eye thing as well.
We're not
yeah,
so
yeah.
different, you and I.
Yeah, you turn around and don't go through the alleyway there with the
Good info.
with the group, and instead head around through a set of other alleyways. And yeah, you notice that you are getting kind of looks and stuff as you walk, but you know it's not a massive space. It's not a massive kind of settlement or something, so you are able to pretty easily get back out. And there are these big, weird kind of spaces in this on the deep shelf where there just isn't anything built, so it's just these like wide open plains of just rock, you know, where there are sort of like caravans, potentially pack animals sometimes crossing with carts and stuff, but otherwise it's kind of weird to find in a city these random like big openings. For whatever reason, there doesn't seem to be things built in certain places. But yeah, like the calls, the buildings seem to almost go up to the gate itself of the gold brew mine, although there is a bit of a gap where clearly they've been told like, hey, don't you know, camp right next to our gates and stuff, right? And there's a relatively like decent amount of traffic going in and out of the gates. The gates are wide open. This wooden palisade that all the clans seem to have erected seems to mainly be to just like mark where their like land begins, sort of thing. It's not that defensive, and you could probably easily climb over it like if you wanted to, but you know, it's more of a kind of marker. The gate is open, and there does appear to be people going in and out, and you see a couple of green and gold plated dwarves. They are green and gold, specifically where like the two guys, and they're very sort of ceremonially standing in front of the gates. You see that their insignia is like a triangle with two circles, so it's like a circle with a triangle with the points come out of the circle, and another smaller circle on the inside. Not super important, but clearly this is some kind of like insignia or something that shows them off, and you can see it's kind of runic in its nature as well, and you can see that there is like some kind of sign on the gate itself that has this symbol, as well as something in dwarfish, if anyone speaks dwarfish.
So they're not checking people coming in,
It doesn't appear like they're checking,
but I guess
no.
they would check us.
Yeah, it appears like they're keeping an eye out on the movement of people in and out. Yeah, but they're not checking every single person or something like that. They're at this time of day, it seems that most people are going in. There's not that much coming out right now. It's still kind of early in the morning, and there is like a sort of decent gang of workers essentially heading in, and there's a couple of empty carts going in as well.
Is now the time to stealth? We can hide the 7 feet orc
But the stealth, it's like actual stealth, and we just would get advantage on the stealth. So there's a high chance that some of us just still fails.
You get
It's
plus
not
10.
advantage, you get plus 10, so it's a little bit better than advantage because obviously
Can't
even if you roll
roll
two twos, it's still a 12, right? But yeah, I mean, it's still not obviously guaranteed. But...
Okay. I mean,
we could try to stealth, and if they notice us, then they're gonna like call us over, and then we can like try that we have the pass to go. Like that would be the backup plan if they notice us.
like, yeah. Okay.
Maybe we can go with like a cart, so at least Jarek is not that much standing out. So I guess it's still probably like half a meter above the cart or something. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
and
I guess.
it was like a 1 hour, right? Yes, concentration. So we can use this to get into the mine itself as well.
Sounds reasonable.
So
Yeah, the thing with
that?
stealth is you would not make a stealth check necessarily to blend in. Well, to blend in with the crowd is fine, I think. Yeah, to kind of persuade someone that you're supposed to be there when you're dressed differently and stuff. You can't really do like a stealth check for that, right? Like you need to hide out of line of sight or like meld it in with a crowd of people or in a cart or something like that. You need to break kind of line of sight in some way to be able to use the stealth. You can't just kind of like walk along behind the other set of miners and then be stealthed, right? Like it needs to be kind of some way that they don't just look at you and go like, oh, that's not a miner, okay, because no stealth is going to help you with that. So you need to get kind of more involved a little bit to actually use stealth for that. Otherwise, it's probably something like, well, so like the other option or the other route would be to use like performance and deception and also to somehow disguise yourselves as miners. But there's no performance you can do to pretend you're a miner if you're dressed like not a miner, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
So are there ox like pulling the mining carts over
Yes.
here? I mean,
there are.
I could be ox, and Yahruk could be the animal handler.
Jarek
Oh
could
my
be
god, that's such a
hiding
good
under
idea.
grass in the cart.
Huh?
Jarek could be hiding under the grass in the cart.
Yeah, or be the animal handler because he's a big
yeah.
The
guy. So.
driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not crazy to see like bigger guys. I mean, especially the miners, right? Half orcs and even orcs and big burly humans and stuff. Like it's a classic mining job. So it's not like he's gonna stand. If anything, Rain is probably gonna stand out the most because she's not a classic miner or anything along those lines.
Yeah, I have invisibility, so that shouldn't be the problem.
Sure.
Do they
so what
check
you
the
can-
carts?
No.
No. Okay.
No. So what you can see in terms of how the carts are coming is like they're relatively like it's like maybe once every 5, 6, 7 minutes or something there'll be a cart coming in, and they kind of seem to take this route like this, where they pass across this kind of big open area from the shore post. They come through the calls a little bit and a like larger space where there's no tents and stuff. They head along, past a lot of these buildings and tents, and then out into the next open area where they then cross over towards the gate. So you would need to obviously find a place where you can become an ox. You can't just walk at the gate as an ox, right? It's but yeah, there's definitely like a string of carts kind of going in.
I like that idea though. Like, yeah.
So we would just need to find a cart.
And
Yeah,
a place to
get
turn into an
hands
ox.
on the cart.
Yeah, well, just go.
Well, in the calls itself, like there's plenty of buildings along the sides of the road, so there's like alleyways, although they're not classic alleyways, but there are spaces and courtyards and alleyways and stuff off the side of the road where you can easily kind of hide and stuff. But obviously, you just need to get hands on a cart. That's the harder part.
Is the market super far away?
It's not super far away, but it is a little further away. Yeah, maybe 20 minutes.
What's the best
25
place to
minutes
find a
walk.
cart?
Yeah, seems likely. So the carts that are coming in, like, what are they carrying?
Nothing. They're empty. So mostly from what you can see, the ones that are passing, they seem to be going there in the morning to be loaded up with stuff over the day, and then they'll leave.
Yeah. Are there like people riding the carts, or is it just all they're empty?
Yeah, it's a mix. Like some are being led by someone. Sometimes there's people. Depends on the size of the cart. Some of them have got like 2 oxen pulling it, big carts. Some of them are just smaller ones with just a single one. Yeah, there's a mix.
I also have invisibility. I don't have a disguise myself.
I mean, that sounds like a easy way in.
But it's a
So, yeah, I mean,
creature
we
you
have-
touch, so can this be self-casted at?
Yeah.
Invisibility you can touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could just have, I guess, then we would have Jaruk and Stain riding the cart, and we can just like be on the cart invisible, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess we could start moving towards the market, but if we say anything,
We need.
Anywhere where we
I think we need mining gear for Stain though, because if he's gonna be not invisible in the car.
so what does invisible actually make? Anything the target is wearing or carrying, so we could carry their gear, make it invisible, and they could have like minor gear on.
Yeah, but
then.
we need to get miner gear somewhere.
Yeah. Well, market. Should
Market
have
or rob
clothes.
someone from the calls.
What did you say? Drop someone?
Rob someone.
Rob
Yeah.
someone. Ah,
There's plenty of miners around. Just an idea.
no.
Or you could just get a miner and buy their clothes from them. Like, hey, I want
Take
to buy your
clothes
gear.
off, I'll pay you.
Some of them might be really desperate for money, so
Give me a shirt.
give me a shirt and your pickaxe.
Yeah, boots. Whatever the Terminator says.
I need your
your
cart, your boots, and your mining pick.
But we could probably like just buy them for a similar price from the market,
sure.
or we're going anywhere for the cart, right?
Let's go shopping.
Might be
Okay.
hard to, yeah, but yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, you head towards the market. It is a bustling market. You see, mostly it is along the lines of people buying and selling to traders who are going to take it from here somewhere else. So it tends to be a lot of like impromptu cart, like they just have a cart and they're like, hey, I'm looking to load my cart with whatever you guys have got. We haggle for a price and blah blah blah. But there are a number of like equipments and stuff and place where you can like buy extra gear and obviously with the majority of people here being mining, there is options to buy mining equipment relatively easily. So you can buy mining equipment without a problem. You won't really buy a cart here. Like there's not really someone who's going to buy a cart. There are plenty of carts around though, being used and parked and whatever else. But in terms of actually buying one from a stall or something, that's not really an option.
Well. I wonder if you can't buy them here, then you probably, I don't know where else you could buy them.
You get the impression that probably like these trading companies have carts and stuff, but like nobody's coming down here without a cart already who needs a cart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
So we need to steal one.
Or
you could
buy-
just
buy one.
specifically ask that. Hey,
yeah,
Yeah.
are you willing to?
that's the other option. right?
I'm gonna go try that alone. Just if you guys wanna buy the mining gear and stuff, I'll just go to a random trader or market seller and see a market that's like empty or tiski. Eikö mitä no kärryt? Ei kärryt, kun siis nuo pöydät, missä ne myy. Miksi niitä kutsutaan?
Stall?
Yeah, I'll just go to a stall that is empty, and I'll if I see that they have empty carts behind them, I'll go to one and I'll say, "Hey, this might be a strange request, but would I be able to buy one of your carts? I see that you have a bigger carts behind you. Would you be able to sell me one for 10 gold?"
He's got one of these like long pipes, and he's like, but that, Look, usually 10 gold for a car, that's a decent deal, but this is going to impact my business, you know? I mean, I'm only going to be able to take half as much away from today, you know? It's going to be a whole hassle, you know how it is.
I know, man,
I'm
but
going to need more than 10.
maybe 15 gold then, because I think that you're gonna make a profit out of that instead of the card fillings, you know.
Yeah, but not 5, 8, 20, and we got a deal. I can do it for 20.
What if I rent it for the day, man? Would 10 gold be enough?
How do I know you're going to bring it back?
Well, you don't, but I seem like a trustable guy, eh?
Wink.
You can make a persuasion check.
Charm him.
I don't have any charms, Elis.
I don't. You're a bard.
You
I'm
just
not that
are
kind of a
charming.
bard.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Nice. 21. All right. I'm gonna need like collateral, and I'll do it. You give me something, and then when you come back, we swap them back again. That seems
I
like
guess
a
you can just give him
good
extra
deal.
gold for collateral.
You know
Like-
what? I'm a tailor. Would you like these fine clothes that I have? And I'll take like I have pieces of fine clothes in my bag, so I'll just show them like, would this be your size?
Oh. Well, wait a minute. It doesn't matter if it's my size. I'm not keeping it. I'm giving it back to you
Oh.
at the end of the day. I'm not gonna wear it. No, I need something, you know, valuable. But like, I'll just keep it here, and then when you return the car, I return it to you. No problem.
I don't
Like,
have
you
anything.
You can probably just give him 10 gold, like 20 gold, and he gives you 10 gold back when you bring the cart back.
What if we cannot bring the gold?
Well, then we lose 20
Oh,
gold.
fine.
Like,
Okay, yeah, I'll
Se
suggest
on vähän
that.
niinku pantti.
I'll just give you extra 10 for the collateral. Hey, is that good?
All right, 10 gold. You take it for the day. You bring it back by midnight, yeah?
Yeah,
And I give you the other 10 gold back. All right, 20 gold. Deal.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir. You don't know how much this means to me. Thank you, thank you.
Don't go breaking it. You're paying for repairs, all right?
Absolutely.
Better be in the same condition. Full tank of gas.
might even have a new ox.
Yeah. Full tank of ox. Yeah.
I'll start dragging the cart a little bit away from the market, waiting for my
Sure.
friends.
Sure. And then just looking at tools and stuff that you can buy, just to give you an idea of price. There is, I think, a pick, like a pickaxe. A miner's pick is 2 gold pieces. Here, though, you would easily be able to get it for cheaper than that. So we'll see a gold per miner's pick if you want to buy one. That'll include also, like, you've got rope and stuff. You can make it look like a mining, easily enough.
For some reason, I fancy a shovel as well.
Sure. Shovel. Shovel's 2 gold pieces. Again, 1 gold piece. Plenty available.
Do I need to start throwing shovels and pickaxes instead of arrows? So much cheaper. I'll buy one of each.
A pick and a shovel. Sure.
So, are we like going? Is our cover that I'm not a miner, but Stain is? Like, is that?
Yeah, like if you would be handling the ox, you know, walking next to it or something.
Or on the cart, like driving it.
An animal
Drive the
handler,
cart.
basically. Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe some work clothes.
Sure.
Although Stain is already wearing earthy colors, but this
I was gonna say
white one needs to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
Like
not
the green
too like aggressive in your normal clothing either, so I think you could just
Yeah.
Use what you have.
Thinking of
use what you have if you. But yeah,
what kind of like normal clothes would Yarok have? Since I haven't thought about
True,
it before
true.
this. Yes.
Put on my hoodie and sweatpants and there you go.
I mean,
Casual
again, like if you're not wearing armor, you probably have just like a linen shirt and trousers, like which
Mm.
again would be perfectly fine. They're not expecting you to be like
Yeah.
in a certain uniform or something. So
Miner's uniform.
I think you'll be fine with that too. I mean,
Remember
you're just
your
a
safety
cart
vest and
driver.
helmet.
Okay, so you guys get kitted up. You have a cart now. You don't have an ox yet. And you
Too-
have
too
gear
young.
for staying, so yeah. What are the next steps?
Well, I guess one would be for Dudon to find a secluded spot to transform into an ox. I hope you can do that, by the way. I guess you can. because you set
Yeah,
up
I'm actually trying to find if there is one in the monster manual, but
I don't think there's an ox necessarily, but probably there's some kind of like pack animal. Like you could just use
Yeah.
a horse or.
Well, but I mean, I guess it was enough to see them to be able to turn into them as long as you meet the CR requirements, which I guess you would because
yeah,
it's
I
not
would.
a
Yeah,
battle animal.
It just depends whether they bother to make one
Yeah.
for the.
Yeah. And then for us to change equipment and turn for me and Finley to turn invisible. And we'd also take the gear from
Mm. Yeah.
Jaruk. I don't know if Stain. I guess maybe Stain also needs to drop the armor.
Can't we throw them in the bag into the cart?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Or does it need
but
to be empty?
no, it doesn't need. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you could just.
I
If
guess
you can fit it,
it-
can you fit it in your bag? I guess you can, but probably Jaruk can't.
Yes, they sell bags or crates, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Silver
think,
too.
yeah. I mean, if you want to hide it in the cart, I think that's perfectly doable.
Yeah.
Without a problem.
You just need
yeah.
to pack it so that it doesn't like start making a lot of sound when you're moving the cart.
Rattle around.
Yeah, need to put something in between.
I sent you a draft horse stat book. So.
Oh,
Close
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, I managed to find one as well.
Could
Oh, you
Finley
got
could Finley turn Dudon invisible and Dudon then transforms into something and appears out of nowhere as a horse?
I probably can.
That is not any better than just a halfling turning into a ox.
What do you mean a small magic trick?
Yeah, but I probably can just go to any alleyway
Yeah.
with Yahruk and I transform him. Yahruk
Yeah,
like
I don't think that's
handles
gonna
me.
be.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the plan?
Well,
What's the
So
order of operations?
yeah, so
Is it
so
right?
hide the gear in the cart, like
Yep.
in
mm,
your
Yeah.
belongings,
already changing.
and pack it so that it doesn't make noise. And then Jaruk
me and
and Dudon
Yahruk,
go
yeah.
transform. Well,
Okay.
Okay.
So
And-
Finley and
and I guess we also go actually with them. We just stay with the cart, and then we come back as invisible because that might also attract some attention if two people just disappear.
yeah. So so you need to find somewhere, obviously, just like an alleyway or something where you can hide and turn invisible and also change into an ox and stuff. It's doable without too
How
much problem.
hard is it? Would stealth help here? I guess it would.
Yeah, but it's more about just like not letting anyone, just
See.
finding a place where there's no one looking,
Mm.
which is not really a challenge, I would say. So here it's like, yeah, you can just make sure that there's no one peering into this particular alleyway or whatever, and then you're fine. So yeah, so you can get back, and Dudon, you become an ox.
Hell yeah. I mean, moo.
You
Of
can
course.
send hell yeah.
But then you one at a time. But when you say amu, everyone understands at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you have a plan. Which is the weirdest League of Legends quote.
I
surely.
agree.
That's from their old days when they were
Yeah.
a billion-dollar company. All right, so you have Dudon leading the cart. You have Yarok, who is leading Dudon. You have Stain on the cart as a miner, and you have the two invisible people. Are you riding the cart? Or are you walking alongside invisible people?
We are riding for sure.
riding.
I would say ride the cart
Yeah,
in the back.
don't bump into anyone.
Hold the gear or something.
So in this configuration, how long does invisibility last? An hour.
Hour.
Very good, but you are concentrating just to remember that. But okay, for an hour, that's fine. You guys head without issue past the gold brew guards on the door into the open area of the Goldbrew mine, where this is a large courtyard. There's a lot of like barrels and crates around with things stored in them. There are people moving crates from one place to another. But importantly, I guess you notice this one particular empty mine shaft that has nobody going in, nobody going out. From closer inspection, like I say, it doesn't appear to be boarded up. It doesn't appear to be like there's no doors closed on it or something. And as far as you can see from here down into the mine, it just appears to be an open tunnel going down there. But very obviously, nobody is using it going in and out. Could just be disused. Could just be an old mine shaft that nobody uses, right? Like there's no other things about it that you can notice.
Like how far away from the entrance are people moving? Like, is it something like there's like 200 meters where there's nobody, or is it like if someone's walking 1 meter past it but nobody's just going in?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit out off. So again, like this, the map is a little bit representative as opposed to completely accurate. But it's a little bit off to the side, like sort of in a corner, a little bit away from where the other two main mine shafts are. So people aren't walking too close to it, but it doesn't look like they're avoiding it or there's a massive gap. It's just that they don't need to go near it for whatever reason. Then also inside here, there is one very ornate hall, which you see guards outside the front of. You see ornate doors. You see nicely decorated dwarven sort of longhouse of some kind. And then you also see like a kind of a barracks / stables where there's a number of kind of looks like dwellings and also like all built into one building with also where they can keep horses, carts, or ox or whatever it is. And yeah, you also, as you guys come in, kind of Dudon leading the way, but pretending to be led by Yarok. But yeah, you guys both come in and you see that the ox and carts all head into this direction where there is like a larger sort of area here where they are then like kind of lined up and they're just sort of waiting with the handlers chatting to each other and they're waiting to basically for the first load of stuff to come to be loaded up. So there's obviously an implication that you guys are supposed to head in that direction, but it's up to you what you do from here.
I guess it would be smart to kind of drop the car, but we could also just have like us invisible folk go scout.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be difficult otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Scout what?
The abandoned mine. But yeah, I guess that could be a long mission though. But I'm just wondering, like, how would we get, without drawing suspicion, get the whole party to the abandoned mine?
Getting the ox to the mine is a bit.
Yeah.
Just walk the ox inside.
I was thinking that could we just like walk the cart inside the mine without people getting suspicious?
But if all the carts are going to the same place, then just us not going that way would be suspicious on its own, I'd say. And then if we go to the abandoned mine, then that's even more suspicious. But I think if we want to just walk in there, it would probably be better to drop off the cart and just get off the cart and just go into the mine without the cart.
But how about the ox?
Yeah, but maybe we have an order that we need to get something from the mine.
But we don't know if there's like an order that nobody is to go into the mine or like.
Yeah, but order after order, so.
I'm thinking we're gonna get stopped if we try to just
we are
brazenly walk in.
We are. Is there any way we could turn Dudon back into himself?
If there's probably not that much closed space.
But also Dudon doesn't have the mining gear or anything, so he's just gonna look weird.
But he can transform into a mouse or something. Can you just transform straight? Well, I guess that's gonna be suspicious as fuck if you transform into a mouse.
Where did the ox go? Horse, whatever.
But I mean,
are there any cards or anything, any people in front of the empty mine or abandoned mine?
No, like no one's guarding it. Nobody's really there. It's kind of just off in its own side of the area. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we just head there, but we have to come up with the explanation if someone's gonna come ask why we're going there.
Or I
Play dumb.
telepathically sent to Yahruk that I can just start to run, and you act like I run away.
Into the mine.
True.
Yeah, that's awesome idea actually. Yeah. And then you can start chasing him. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And
that's
off we go.
perfect.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
Telepathically, you relay the plan at least.
Yeah.
And,
So good.
Yeah. Then Yarek, I would like you to make a performance check.
Oh no!
How did this happen?
Oh, my
This
ox
is
has
completely
run.
out of control.
Look at which direction it runs in.
Yaru can't act for shit.
Um,
Uh,
so the ox, Dudon, leaves the car and starts heading over. And there's a bit of commotion. People look around like, oh, an animal has escaped. Stain, what do you want to do in this situation? You're on the back of the cart, but presumably you're not taking the cart with you when you run, right? I mean, it's up to you guys because you could have untied him or not untied him from the cart, depending on what you want to do.
I think maybe the ox is still pulling the cart, so Stain
Yeah,
would be like,
I guess
"Oh!"
so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll do the
right?
same. Oh, the fuck?
Yeah, so probably also a performance check from you, Stain, but it's probably more believable for you.
We'll see.
Can't be worse.
Can it?
Or well, maybe if he has performance 0.
That would be so good.
Yeah. You flail your arms and get dragged along by the car. Pretty convincingly. Yarek maybe
It's
definitely less so. As you kind of just watch the car go and fail to act surprised.
unmotivated animal
Oh
handler.
no! Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no. But yeah, so you two are headed towards. You guys are on the back of the cart as well. So the three of you on the back of the cart, I need you to just make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Falling off.
And I use like acrobatics, so athletics or something.
No, it's just
Saving
it's a
throw.
saving throw, not a.
Nice.
You guys used up all the good rolls.
It's my turn.
5.
Yeah, I mean DC was 10. So I was being nice. Rain and Stain, you succeed to hold on. Finley, you go flying off the cart as it jolts forwards. I'll say that you make some distance, but it's really bumpy. You get towards the area where the mine shaft opens, so it's a little away from the crowd. But Finley, you go flying off invisibly, so nobody else actually knows this. You hit the ground, which means you'll have to make a concentration. So you take 1 point of damage, but you'll have to make a Constitution saving throw for your invisibility.
Sorry, what saving throw?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh
It's a concentration check, essentially.
Oh,
It's
10.
it's 10.
Yeah.
It's 10. Yeah. 10 you have to do. So you succeed as you hit the ground. And Dudon and the cart head into thing. Yarek, what do you want to do as you see the cart heading off? Acting terribly.
Well,
no. Joking at it. Oh
yeah,
no.
like try to run after it and try to calm down the ox.
Yeah.
Like,
Um,
oh no,
because you
don't
seem
go that way.
because you seem so nonplussed about it escaping, and you don't seem to be very in the
A
zone.
jolly chug.
Yeah,
No.
you get a number of people coming with you to try and help you because they think that you don't maybe have it under control. So, two other cart drivers who notice this start following you as well as you run towards the mine. Now, you're coming up at decent speed, Dudon, towards the mine shaft. It is probably not big enough to get the cart down easily. Like, the cart will fit down, but it's gonna be damaging the car and a very bumpy ride, and you're not sure about the head height and stuff like that. So you can do that, but you need to decide kind of what you're doing.
Can I try to look back and say to Stain mentally that prepare yourself?
Prepare your aid.
And in we go.
Or something,
It's
okay.
gonna be a bumper.
Yeah, I
ride.
mean, you say that to Stain. Rain is also on the back of the car, but you
I
can't
can't see
him.
Yeah.
So she does not get the message necessarily.
Guess I'll just yell at get down.
Okay.
Yell, but
Yeah,
loud
that's
voice.
fine. Yeah, get down. Yeah, okay. So Rain knows as well. So you can both make another dexterity saving throw with advantage. You've been
by my
warned.
head. With
Well, you
advantage.
can't throw ones. We've already thrown 3 ones here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how it works, right?
As soon as something important happens, you roll ones. Nice.
Wait,
Jesus. You can't throw ones.
I'm glad of the advantage.
Close one, but you both just managed to duck as the cart starts to career down the mine shaft. Dudan, I need you to make a survival check first.
There's a drop.
Survival.
There's a drop, isn't there? That's why no one's here. There's a drop.
16. With a 16, this is mainly your ability to kind of navigate through dark mine tunnels as an ox carrying a cart. Not something you've done before, but you managed to kind of career left and right. Now, do you have like a goal in mind, Dudan, or?
No.
Okay. And Finley, you're on the floor. You pick yourself up and you see the cart career down the mine shaft. You see also Yarrick running towards the mine shaft with 2 guys next to him.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Did they run past me already, or?
They're kind of alongside where you just stood up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for a bit. And slowly going towards the mine, and I'm hoping that Yarok manages to shake the others off.
Yeah,
And-
I am trying to tell them like, it's not as bad as it looks.
I guess it would be possible to get it under control, and then just like, okay, I'll get him over, and it's gonna take.
I
some
mean, right
time.
now the cart and ox have basically disappeared. They've gone into the
Oh.
mine.
Okay.
So you 3 are running towards the mouth of the mine, past Finley. Finley, you can make a stealth check with advantage.
What do you mean? I'm invisible.
You still have to make stealth checks when you're invisible.
I'm standing still.
I mean, you got thrown off a cart and then
Right.
Yeah, but
you hit the ground and you puffed
Right.
all the dust up and you.
Advantage.
Advantage.
Jesus.
Did you also get the lucky feat, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
You could have rerolled falling off the cart, but
I am using a lucky point.
9 is not great.
So you're rolling with advantage, so you can. Well, I guess that beats it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, you can still choose to reroll the 1 if you have.
I mean, I rerolled the 9 for sure. So.
But you can't reroll the 9 because you can only reroll once.
Yeah,
So
but
if
I
you-
had advantage, so I just rolled
Yeah,
twice.
yeah,
for-
yeah. So what I'm saying is you got a 21 and a 9, not a 6 and a 9. Doesn't make a difference, but yeah. Yeah.
Is it actually that you can only roll once with a lucky feat, or is it any roll you want? Because the
you can only
racial
roll.
trait is
You
one.
can only.
The luck points are different from the lucky. thing
Oh,
of
it's not.
Hal.
Yeah. You can roll an additional.
Yeah.
You choose to spend one of your luck points after you roll the dice, but before the outcome is determined, you choose which of the d20s is used for the attack roll. You can spend 1 luck point when the attack roll is made against you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I mean-
different to lucky. There's
Yeah.
lucky
I can
feat
just
and
decide.
lucky racial.
and I decided to reroll the 9.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, gotcha.
spend it.
Yeah,
Cool. So anyway, 21 is yeah. Despite the puff of like dust on the ground from you falling off the car and you kind of picking yourself up and movement and stuff, like they're not paying attention, they don't notice you. So you are stealth sort of just behind the group of 3 Yarrick and 2 cart driver people. So Yarrick, you're getting towards the mouth of the cave, kind of running towards there with these guys in tow. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Tell them like, he's not usually like this. You probably shouldn't follow.
Nothing
He's
to
not
see
that-
here.
He's
Everything's
not
under
that good
control.
with new people, but and
Okay, yeah.
it's a very cramped mine. It looks like, I'm such a big dude that we're not gonna fit all in there at the same time. So
Okay. Yeah, you can make a persuasion check with advantage. You actually have a pretty good story. Okay. With the 13, yeah, one of them kind of goes, all right, that's up to you, I guess. And the other guy's like, look, and he turns around and just like, he doesn't. He was thinking about helping, but once he sees that it's gone down the mine, he's like, okay, fuck this. He
Not my
turns
problem.
around. Yeah. The other guy's like, are you sure? you sure you never? How are you even gonna wrangle him out of there? Like you gotta, like
Uh,
you're gonna need
yeah,
another pair of hands, mate.
yeah, it's gonna take a while, but there was that dude on top of it, so we're gonna figure it out. Don't wanna ruin your day because of my mistake or anything.
All right. I'll leave you to it then. I'll leave you to it. And he kind of backs off a little bit.
Yeah.
As you.
Meanwhile, I just walk to the side at the rocks to wait till they pass.
Yeah. So basically, you and Yarek are at the mine mouth. You can hear the sounds of like kind of slowly getting quieter as there's a careening part leaving. Are you guys just going in to follow, or you want
Yeah.
to do anything else?
Stop! For real!
For real. Yeah, I go after them as well. After your.
Okay, you guys head into the mine shaft. So we need to do some kind of like reaction check, I guess. So I think
We also need to quit
saving
soon
throw
for
do
Yussi's
done.
raid.
Yeah. There's something we can get to that would be good to get to before we finish. So we're almost there. You can make a dexterity saving throw. Please do, Don.
Ah.
With the horse stats, ox stats.
We rolled so
Yes,
many ones.
You were
One,
saving them all up for
2,
the.
3. You also rolled a 1, Crimson.
Did I?
And that.
Nice.
But yeah,
But
dude,
lucky.
Oh,
you can
true.
roll once.
How? There's
Jesus,
1,
fuck.
2, 3, 4 rolls. Oh my god,
Not
a
that
6
much.
is still not good enough, unfortunately. In the dark, careering
Sprain
down
your
these
ankle.
tunnels. Tunnels are going left, tunnels are going right. You're not really sure which way to go. You're kind of like, you've got the momentum of going downhill. It's a steep kind of mine shaft as well. You got the momentum of going downhill, and there's like a boom, 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 and you're riding along on the back staying rain. You're bouncing along the cart, and then there is like a brief pause almost as Dudon, you realize that you've kind of like gone off an edge, you know, like a part where the mine shaft just stops, and there is and there's a ladder that goes down a sheer cliff, right? But you didn't see that time, so you go straight off, and there's like a shot of the orcs and the cart, kind of, you know, with the guy on the back, and then Rain somewhere on the back, but completely invisible. As you guys,
If I can see the ground before I fall, I'm gonna cast Fate Teleportation, Misty Step to the floor.
okay, yeah, you can do that.
If
You
I
missed
can
your step,
try.
yeah, you can do that. So as you enter this cavern, essentially, which is what it is, and you can the part that you've broken through, it appears like they're doing like a normal mining, you know, like kind of 45-degree angle, or a bit less than that, 30-degree angle that kind of goes down at a slant, and then they've obviously hit something and burst through into a cavern below the ground, which is what you now have burst through into. As trying to follow this tunnel, you go out into it, and you fly through the air, about 20-foot drop below you. As you guys come out into this and look into this area, the whole cavern is lit with greenish blue, like light, like little, like almost like fireflies or like bugs, like glow bugs on the walls. But you're not sure if it's bugs necessarily or some kind of like plant life or something
Lady
like that.
lights.
But, yeah. But the whole thing is lit up in this kind of bluish glow, and direct below you, you see like a bed of like thorny, like plant life, similar in a way to the stuff that you saw previously in
The warehouse.
Ronnie's basement. Yeah, not actually Ronnie's basement, but yeah, the warehouse basement. So many of these kind of like plant, like this kind of plant life, and it seems to have broken out of a kind of like within this cavern that you can see, and it's all kind of like lit in this bluish, kind of like some purpley kind of glow here, and there are also a number of like crystal protrusions that kind of come out from around a circular hole that's maybe about 10 foot across, and this circular hole is kind of like burst outwards, and around the edges of it are like these purple and blue glowing lit crystals that look almost like they've kind of exploded outwards from something into this cavern, and from there are vines and these kind of like growing yeah, fauna and flora, not fauna, but flora, plants and stuff that grow out everywhere. You hit the ground, Dudon, and take the full force of 20 feet of force damage, which is 12 points of damage. As do you, Stain, as you crunch into the cart, which splinters into hundreds of pieces across the floor.
Oh no, not the cart!
And
Oh,
Dudon,
no,
you need to make a
10 gold.
concentration check as well to keep your ox form.
Okay.
Well,
Wait, concentration check to keep your wild shape?
No, actually,
not
no.
right?
No.
Oh,
That
it's
would
just
be
the-
problematic
just-
in combat.
Yeah, true. It's just that when the HP drops below
Yeah.
a certain level, isn't it? Yeah.
So
Sure.
12 damage it was.
12 damage you take, yeah. Stain, you also take 12 damage. And you both smash into the floor. Rain, you manage to avoid it with the Misty Step. We will say for the roundup, essentially, that Finley and Yarok, you make your way down the mine, listening for the sounds, following the cart, and appearing, maybe a few minutes after in the wreckage of the cart on the bottom of the cavern floor. You guys appear on where this platform has been built out into the cavern, and then a ladder that goes down. You guys walk out onto that platform and look across this cavern, which is 50-60 feet wide, not too tall, but like kind of a dome-shaped cavern that looks natural, essentially, but obviously this very obvious something that has happened here. And then finally, very important detail, as you guys pick yourself up from the debris and the wreckage, strewn across the cavern floor are a number of skeletal remains, and looking immediately as they don't look that old particularly. There are picks, mining equipment, and these are the bodies of dead miners in this cavern.
Cool. Why
yeah.
isn't this closed?
So that's the.
Don't want to arouse suspicions.
That's where we stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys find this out.